This episode of the podcast is brought to you by patreon.com/lightscameranonsense. Visit patreon.com/lightscameranonsense and donate as low as $1 to help support your favorite new movie podcast.
I put you a fireplace on. This is the Birchwood edition of the fireplace on Netflix.
I feel like you can, and it's on silent though. You can hear the wood crackling. I don't. It's very distracting. It's very distracting.
I was gonna bring some hot cocoa too. So
You go to the store.
we're
We're totally out. Yeah. Well, who drank all the hot chocolate? We did. I mean, I was trying to have you guys fight each other.
Oh no, we usually have hot chocolate at the same time. We're co-hot chocolate.
Co-hot. Gross. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lights, Camera, Nonsense, where we give you all the latest movie news you may have missed. I'm Nick Ho Simmons.
You're a hoe for show.
I'm a hoe for show.
And I'm finally back performing for you. I'm the second member of the podcast crew, Zach Smith.
Oh my God, that's the worst.
I had to get it in there.
It's
somewhere.
the worst. You came up with that.
How long ago? I didn't come up with that.
How long has he been rehearsing that in the mirror, Casey?
Well, it's not an original, but I appreciate you attributing it to me.
Well, I have never heard it in anything before.
Really?
Really?
You sure about that?
I'm sure.
How familiar are you with the N64?
I mean, familiar enough, but apparently not enough.
Did you ever play one game called Donkey Kong 64?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Performing for you. Yeah. Let's roll into the previews, Zach. It's December.
You can't silence the DK rap.
I'm not trying to. It's one of my favorite raps. I am known to be a huge fan of rap, especially of N64 games. Yeah. It's December 15th, 2019.
So
almost,
it is.
Almost Christmas time. Let's roll into the previews. Zach, you wanted to start off with news, or did you want to
Well, we'll do previews first.
Okay.
And then we're going to go into news, kind of knock that out of the way. And
sure.
then we can go into our festive theme for this episode.
Merry Christmas to all the people that celebrate Christmas, and
happy holidays to everyone else.
Everyone else, yeah. We don't want to be exclusive. We want to be inclusive.
Yes.
Zach, what have you been watching?
Nothing really outside of the norm.
Awesome.
I'm still watching.
So I've been watching.
Oh, okay. Fuck you. Still watching DuckTales. Still watching Imagineering Story. That's still good. And I will say, the problem I had with that has since been fixed.
Okay.
Where initially it was just all very vague.
Yeah.
But now that they've kind of gotten that out of the way, they're kind of going more in depth with
they're focusing on
stuff.
Each ride or each part of the park.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and specific developments.
Right.
And, yeah. It's very interesting. I like it.
Nice.
And I'm still watching Black Mirror. I watched the Donald Gleason one.
Oh, the one, yeah.
That's very sad.
It's very sad. It's very weird. There's the weird sex scene between the robot and the what's her name? Agent Carter from Marvel.
Yes.
Haley Atwell.
Yeah.
There we go. That was one of the episodes I kind of liked just because it's a little bit more personal. It's not necessarily technology based, but it's kind of more about the relationship between the two characters.
Well, it's like, whereas I think a lot of the episodes are like, look at the dangers of technology.
Yeah.
This one's more like, look what technology can't replace.
Right.
It can do so much, but there's only so much it can do.
Well, I'm tearing up now. Great. Thanks.
So, yeah, watch that one. And then Casey and I saw Knives Out.
You saw Knives Out. Yeah. So we talked about this in a previous episode. And we very quickly talked about Knives Out and my opinion of it. And
can I defend ourselves for one moment?
I mean, I guess one of us has to.
We can only say so much about the movie without going into spoilers.
Right, especially with the whodunit and a murder mystery.
Especially one that it's like within the first 30 minutes,
right.
It's like, okay, well, this is kind of where we're going, and that's the general construction of it.
Yeah.
And it's hard to talk about a movie that within 30 minutes you're like, okay, well, this drastically changes how you would perceive this film normally.
So what did you and Casey think?
We liked it, yeah. I think you mentioned when you were talking about it how it does try to subvert your expectations, as per usual.
Yeah.
Johnson's made a name for himself doing that.
With his previous film of Brick, he tried to turn the detective genre on its head with teenagers and all that.
And same with Looper. That was a different take on time travel.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you're... it's not unexpected coming from him.
Right.
However, it's like it subverts your expectations in a way that's like it circles back around to being what you expected.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Yeah, like I guess the thing you don't expect about it is just the general like setup and structure of it. Yeah. But in terms of a narrative, it's pretty what's the word?
I don't know.
Like you can guess the ending.
Yeah, predictable.
Predictable, thank you.
Yeah.
So it's still good. Like everyone's does a really great job. Michael Shannon, Daniel Craig, Toni Collette.
I have not eliminated any suspects.
Yeah, and you mentioned that his accent was pretty like corny, and it is, but it's not like. I didn't feel like it was cartoonish.
I didn't either, but I felt like if you look at the whole movie as through a specific lens, and you put his character directly in the center, it's kind of weird comparing him to all the other actors.
Right. Well, and like in the same vein of subverting your expectations, this is a detective movie in which the detective himself is not like. He's not moving the plot forward.
Right. He's just a character on the outside of the plot.
Yeah. But yeah, it's enjoyable. It's well made. I don't feel like there's anything like super offensive about it or anything like that.
No, but do you remember when we talked about Rian Johnson putting the kid in it and him being kind of a proxy for the fans?
So you did mention that when you were talking about it, and based on what you said, I was actually like, I didn't feel like it went like super far or anything.
Oh, I didn't either, but when you read the interview where he admits that that's kind of what that character is based on.
Yeah.
It's kind of distracting watching it after the fact.
But the way I was thinking it when you were describing it was like almost him punching down.
Yeah.
And it really isn't like that. It's just like, just something that's there. And it's not just the kid either. Like he's the extreme version, but like his family is that way too.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
There's like the Marta. She's do you remember where she immigrated from?
No, they actually make it's an ongoing joke in the movie that
nobody
really knows where she's from.
Yeah.
Played by Anna de Armas.
Yeah, they're doing the whole thing where like they're being fake nice to her. Like everybody in the family is coming up to her and they're like, I really felt like you should have been at the wake or the funeral, but I was outvoted. Like literally every person in the family says they're outvoted.
Yeah, and you start. That's how you get kind of a certain hint of the dynamic between the family and Marta's character.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, other than all that, there's not else much to say unless you're going to do like a spoiler cast type thing. But yeah, I feel like I'm comfortable enough to say you should give it a watch. It's a good whodunit.
Did you see another movie again?
No, we didn't actually. I mentioned earlier when you first got here that we almost went and saw Frozen 2 again. Because we've had the song stuck in our head for ages.
Yeah. Well, luckily they're on YouTube. I think included with those scenes that they're in. Right?
Oh, you are implying that we are not listening to it on Spotify 24/7. That would be a wrong assumption.
It's insane because I only really liked like 2 of those songs, but maybe that's just me. I
like a lot of the songs, but I still stand by the idea that I don't think thematically they work as well all together.
Yeah.
I think they're very separated.
Oh, for sure.
But, I still like it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Nick, what did you watch?
I watched a whole bunch of movies and TV shows.
Yay!
I mean, so I'm still watching... I'm watching Watchmen. I'm all caught up. You actually...
I'm so far behind.
But you're not spoiled on it, which is amazing.
No, I managed to avoid it somehow.
Yeah. It's really amazing. I keep seeing the headlines of like news articles and online websites reporting on like how unnecessary the show is. And like
really?
Yeah, people are critics are being really negative about it.
I've actually seen a lot of positive buzz about it.
Well, they see all the positive buzz that I see from the news articles are saying that the show is really well made, but that a lot of like the political and sociological parts of the show and what it's trying to it's trying to be.
Did they read Watchmen?
Probably a lot of them haven't. I'm thinking that a lot of them probably haven't, and they got like a synopsis / paragraph of information that sums up the graphic novel. But honestly, I think that every episode tries to do both something new while also making an homage to the original comic. So I personally like it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed. I think I've only watched the first 2 episodes, but I enjoyed those.
Yeah,
so
I highly recommend. It's the last episode is premiering tonight, Sunday, December 15th. But once that's out, I highly recommend. You don't have to binge them because they're all like an hour long,
right.
But I highly recommend giving them a watch before you get spoiled on some of the character reveals and some of the twists and turns about that. Because they do, they do reveal a lot of what's been going on behind the scenes, and it definitely feels like a good successor to the original Watchmen comic.
Nice.
And I know I might be in the minority on that because a lot of the big, huge super fans of the original Watchmen graphic novel are kind of split on the show.
Right.
But I've been watching that. I'm just started the last season of Mr. Robot. I'm taking my time with it for some reason, but we talked about it a little bit before recording.
Yeah.
I think that the season 4 opener is amazing.
Yeah, you. I believe the exact words you said to me were, "Can you think of a show where the final season is the same quality, if not better, than the first season?"
I mean, the way that they do a preview kind of like a lot of HBO shows and stuff where they recap the original, the previous seasons and previous events. But the way they did the preview recapping everything for the season 4 opener, it just directly goes into the first scene of season 4. Like they recap the last scene of season 3 and then it goes straight into season 4.
Okay, so it picks up immediately. After the,
yeah, and I don't want to spoil anything, but they kill off a character like out of left field. And it's the first scene, and it's just kind of blowing my mind how good this show is, and nobody's watching it, unfortunately. Not as many people as I would like to.
I mean, you're well aware as anyone else that people watching is not indicative of quality.
No, for sure.
At least they're going to end it, right?
Yeah,
a lot of shows don't get that chance.
On their terms, for sure. I've been watching that, so I'm going to hopefully finish that up this week, and maybe give my thoughts on the show in a couple episodes whenever I finish it. I've been doing that. I watched a couple movies. I watched Midway, which is a recap of the Battle of Midway.
Roland Emmerich,
yeah. The CGI is very apparent in this movie.
It looked like it in the trailer. This was like such an unappealing trailer to me that
halfway through the movie, and it's not a bad movie per se. But
it looks like a boring movie.
There's a lot of dialogue and trying to recap. So they basically do Pearl Harbor at the beginning of the movie to set up the Battle of Midway and all the Pacific battles. But while they're while they're showing the Battle of Pearl Harbor, I'm like, I know this is going to sound really bad in my head, and I'm thinking this as I'm watching the movie. I would rather be watching the Michael Bay Pearl Harbor movie over this because it's filmed, way better.
Well, at least that's like melodramatic, right? Yeah. Like you get the melodrama with that, and like this is a little ridiculous.
For sure.
And, like there's a whole Josh Hartnett love triangle
with Ben Affleck and Kate Beckinsale, I think is who it is.
Oh.
Is it Kate Beckinsale? Is the lady? Is he? It's not Liv Tyler. That's Armageddon. I think it is Kate Beckinsale. I'm like 80% sure. Am I wrong?
Harbor. What year was that?
December 7th, 1941. 2002.
I'm going to guess 2001.
Is that because that's what you clicked on?
No, I just searched Pearl Harbor. It's 2001.
Okay.
The first time I watched Pearl Harbor was on a VHS that you had to switch out.
Oh, yeah. They did the same thing for the DVD.
Did they?
Yeah, they had 2 discs.
Yeah, like Titanic and Godfather. Good times.
That was back when the DVDs were not big enough to hold a 3-hour movie.
Yeah. Braveheart was the same way.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
You're looking for who the main female actress is. It's Kate Beckinsale.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah. Because she's fantastic. And
oh, God, I forgot John Voight was in this.
Oh, yeah. He plays Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
He does, yeah. Jennifer Garner. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh, yeah, he plays the cook with a giant
He got on the machine gun. Yeah.
So they actually do a little bit, I don't know if it's an homage to that movie or if they're basing it off of a real person. I assume they are because they're actually pretty... That's an actual event. Yeah. There's the cook and but they show a different, like, not a cook, but just a regular sailor doing the same thing and shooting down planes. I think the visuals are really great. If the CGI, whenever they show, like, some Navy seamen, like, running a mile around the aircraft carrier, it looked really kind of cheesy.
Oh, yeah.
When they were panning out. But I think, of course, Roland Emmerich knows how to do epic films and stuff. So
does he?
Well, he knows how to make a big explosion and apocalyptic, quote-unquote, type movies.
Does he?
And Independence Day, man. Just give him that.
Independence Day was 1996.
Yeah. So?
That is...
So?
How long ago was that? That was
13 years.
23 years ago, Independence Day was. The man has done Drek and Schlock since then.
What? Day After Tomorrow? Well, that was him, right? Yeah.
I enjoyed Day After Tomorrow because it's Schlock.
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. But maybe I'm going at it with rose-tinted glasses. I
saw that in theaters.
Yeah, so did I. I remember liking it. Jake Gyllenhaal, man. Dennis Quaid.
Yeah.
The chick from Shameless. Emmy Rossum. Emmy Rossum. It was okay. It was like, I got off work early and it was $5 to see the movie because it was like the matinee price, so kill 2 hours, I guess.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. Patrick Wilson was really good in it.
As he is generally.
Woody Harrelson plays Nimitz, I believe, and he was fantastic in it. But the guy...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, the guy that... he was in Game of Thrones for one season. He was in the new Transporter.
Jason Statham.
No, Deadpool. He was the bad guy in Deadpool.
Bad guy.
Ed Skrein. Ed Skrein.
Oh, God, I would have never gotten
No, you would have never. I'm just really good with names.
Who was he in Game of Thrones?
He was replaced after, like, season 2, season 3. He played the love interest to Emilia Clarke's character. He was the assassin. Dario Naharis. Yeah.
He was the pretty one.
He was the pretty one, but then they replaced him with a much sexier Latin version.
Yes.
As one is tended.
What's his name, Case? The Dario Naharis after the recast. He was in Agent Adeline.
Michael Weissman?
Sure, yeah.
Sure.
That guy. Yeah.
Sexy Latin version.
I always just remember him in Agent Adeline because that movie is so bad.
That's the one where...
It's so good.
It's so bad.
It's not Time Traveler's Wife, but it's like a similar-ish plot.
It's a woman crashes and dies. She dies, right?
It's played by Blake Lively, right?
And then she is resuscitated by a strike of lightning.
Fantastic.
And then no longer ages.
Like Jason Voorhees.
Yes.
Are you saying this is the romantic drama version of Jason X?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Or Jason Takes Over Manhattan or whatever? Yeah. Great.
And then it's a...
I said romantic drama. What?
Yeah, it's a romance in which...
Never ages.
She ends up dating the son of the guy she was engaged to when she died.
Creepy.
And the guy that she was engaged to, after so many years, he becomes Harrison Ford.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to become Harrison Ford when I get older. But, yeah, that's basically... here's a better movie where they stop getting older and they want to date. Death Becomes Her is what I was going to say. It's a far better movie where they stop aging. And
Tuck Everlasting.
Whatever. All right. And the other movie I watched was Richard Jewell, which is a biography drama directed by Clint Eastwood, starring Paul Walter Hauser. He played the best friend to Sebastian Stan Sebastian Stan in I, Tonya, where he came up with the idea to attack Nancy Kerrigan, and he was just
from StarCraft.
Nancy Kerrigan. Oh, okay. That's weird. Fucking nerd.
Sequita Blades.
He's always kind of played like a side character, and he finally gets the spotlight in this movie, and I think he does a fantastic job.
Nice.
Sam Rockwell is in there playing his lawyer, whose character's name I forgot. But it's a biography drama. You can look it all up, but it's about the 1996 Olympics Atlanta bombing. And I thought that I kind of wanted to watch it because I didn't know much about the history of that.
Yeah.
Because I was, 5 at the time that it came out? Or when it happened?
Or were you in a car accident and then struck by lightning?
No, I never aged.
Now you're actually 80.
What? But I was still born in 91. I would have been 5.
And you were engaged to my dad,
but
gross. Now you're doing a podcast with me.
It was an okay movie. It was just long, and Clint Eastwood has been making long, boring kind of biography dramas for a lot. He hasn't really made anything good for me since Gran Torino, and that was okay, if a little on the nose with the racism.
It was very on the nose, but that's Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
When is he not on the nose?
When he's talking to a chair.
Yes.
Yeah. But I basically only watched Richard Jewell because I wanted to watch Black Christmas, which was kind of related to one of our topics, and I just didn't want to wait. And I feel kind of bad because I wish I could have seen Black Christmas because they had a preview for A Quiet Place 2, apparently.
What does that say about the movie, though? Right? You were more
I was looking forward to it.
You were more sad about missing the preview than you were about missing the movie.
Well, here's the thing. I already know the whole plot of the movie because the way that they show the trailer. Yeah. It shows the villains. It shows all the people that die. It's a remake of a remake of a remake of a Christmas horror movie, and honestly, I can wait for it to come out on SVOD. So
yeah, did you ever see the original Black Christmas or the remake?
The 2006 one?
Yeah,
I think 2006.
Well, there was the original one that was 70s, I think.
I did not watch the original one, and I only saw clips of the 2006 one. But I thought it was typical horror schlock.
Yeah.
Remake, because it was when the 2006 one came out. That was when they were remaking every horror movie. Nightmare on Elm Street was 2010. Friday the 13th was remade in 2009. What was the other one? I know that
There's been 20,000 Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
Yeah, they redid that one. Actually, the remake of that one wasn't that bad.
Are you talking about the one where he's the good guy?
No,
that one was
that's
annoying.
The beginning, I think, right? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It was the 2005 one. I explicitly remember seeing it in theaters, and
you know what I'm thinking of Hills Have Eyes, the remake.
The
one that was actually really
that
good.
one was good.
Yeah,
I never saw the second one though.
I didn't either because I felt like I don't need any more of this franchise. Hills Have Eyes 1 remake was...
That's one of those ones that's super intense, and I never want to watch again.
Well, the guy who directed the Hills Have Eyes remake was the same guy who... And don't compare the two, but he is known for doing a lot of great horror movies. But he did do Piranha remake as well.
Piranha 3D?
No, yes, Piranha 3D, not Piranha 3DD.
Yeah. Stupid.
It's really dumb. But enough about horror films, because we're here to be happy and jolly, aren't we?
We are. But first,
give me the news that's also not holiday related. That was a great transition. Good job.
We'll never be more holiday related than we are right now.
Tell me you have at least one holiday story. That's not a good sign.
No.
It's not a good sign. Oh, well.
Well, that's not true. I do have one that is vaguely, and I mean very vaguely, related to
So
it.
let's...
You want to start off with that one?
Let's start off with that one. I'll try to make it as holly and jolly as I can.
Supposedly a vacation series called The Griswolds is a development at HBO Max. And it would star Jonathan Galecki from The Big Bang Theory.
Yeah, because he was in the original Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Good to see. That's where his career is going. Cool. HBO has can put a budget behind a good series, but it's just kind of weird, especially after the Vacation reboot / sequel.
Yeah, with the
Ed Helms.
Yes.
And Christina Applegate was the mom? Was the sister? She played the sister.
I'll trust you. I didn't see it.
It was okay.
I have seen the one scene where he's on the highway, like the original.
Yeah.
And like they're waving back and forth, and then the chicks get hit by a bus.
Oh yeah. It was pretty funny. It was the Vacation remake was written by the same people who wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, interesting.
Or directed by the people who wrote Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Huh.
So it had some funny bits in it. It just was like, I kind of was trying to compare it to the original Vacation movies, and it was just like, it's a whole different pedigree.
Man, I can't believe I started with that story, because I put that one way down at the bottom.
You were not expecting
to go
that one.
Yeah, this one we don't have to.
Oh no, I'll stretch out any story. Just watch me. Give me a different one.
We'll start from the top.
Okay.
A bunch of trailers dropped over the last 2 weeks.
Yes, a bunch of them. It's been a while.
Yes. First, Black Widow dropped. Really, you're not excited about this?
I'm not excited about it.
You know, I was pretty cold on it before.
Yeah.
And then after seeing the trailer, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm super down for this.
So
it's way too late.
It's
but,
it's not only because it's way too late. Like, people are going to be people who aren't knowledgeable on. I mean, hopefully they'll do
who
like
didn't see Endgame.
Like, who didn't
honestly,
see Endgame or
we can't have
War?
this conversation anymore where it's like, but you got to think about the people who don't know, motherfuckers. Endgame was like a decade-spanning event. Even if you had seen no other Marvel movie, you went and saw Endgame. Like, you know,
but then they definitely.
I don't know what this Iron Man is about, but I do know that ScarJo jumped off that cliff.
I'm going to see Endgame, and then I'm going to see Black Widow. I care about the lady that died.
Timmy, my grandson, keeps talking about the Spider-Mans and the Captain Americas.
Oh no, Captain America! Oh, I don't care. I have no history with the
only
gentleman.
Captain America I watch is George W. Bush. Hell.
So you think the people that only saw, I mean, especially the small sliver of people that only saw Endgame are now fully invested in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
I'm saying, like, we don't have to worry about people not knowing what happened in it. That is so, like, something that I feel is not necessary to even discuss anymore. Like, oh, what if they haven't seen... They saw it. And if they didn't, they're not going to see this one.
This movie takes place literally, like, 3 movies ago, though. And that's the thing. It's about a character who's dead and is not coming back.
Yeah.
Unless she does come back, in which case, why? Come on.
It happens in the comics.
It happens in the
comics.
Actually
just happened in the comics like 3 years ago.
With Black Widow?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. But I feel like, and it's not hard to guess because they have several characters named Black Widow in this movie.
Yes.
That they're trying to replace that character with another character in future Marvel films.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, none of this seems really necessary. David Harbour seems like kind of a kick in the nuts, like, just because he's leaving his TV series that has been super popular with.
You think?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Yes. And
okay, you're going to have egg on your face.
That's okay. Delicious egg.
Season 4.
Yeah. Well, they confirmed it again with another Season 4 announcement more recently. That he's not coming back.
It's fucking bullshit, man.
Okay.
It's smoke and mirrors. Right. I guarantee you he shows up.
Mirrors.
Okay. Moving on, the trailer for Mulan also dropped.
Yeah.
Yep. This was another one that I was kind of curious about. Like, I wasn't sure if I was going to be excited, but I'm actually more excited for this than Black Widow. This looks really good to me.
It looks really good. Here's the thing, and I'm not a part of this group that I'm about to describe, but the people that are so upset and up in arms, and I know that they're going to end up watching it anyway, but the people who are upset because all of the actors stand behind the Chinese government, as opposed to the Free Hong Kong, and I'm not going to get too political with this, but people who are saying they're not going to go see a movie because of certain actors' political stance, it's just ridiculous. But at the same time, it's definitely going to hurt them at the box office for this.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Like, especially when it plays in China?
If anything, that's going to help them because they're not part of the Free Hong Kong movement.
Well, I mean, I guess.
And that's probably, like, not to take a cynical stance on it, but that probably has more to do with those actors' stances
Yeah.
than what they're actually feeling.
Like the studio or the producers are telling them, "Hey, you need to say this so that we make more money." Yeah, that's pretty shitty then. So it's not even their political. Well, it's not even their actual political opinion.
Right.
It's their studio.
And
or
that's
the
just
producer's
conjecture. Like we're
not saying that it is. Yeah, but it's definitely possible. In which case, that's lame. Hollywood's lame.
But I don't know. It looks
good
okay
to
me.
The replacing Mushu, they should at least have Mushu, a talking dragon, in this if they're going to have singing.
They're not going to have. No, they are going to have singing. Yes,
they're going to have songs.
I'm trying to remember. They said something to the effect a couple months back where they are only going to reference certain songs by way of instrumental cues.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember if they actually have singing in this.
Okay. Well, they're definitely.
Which is why Reflection is all instrumental in the trailer. I feel like they're hitting a good line between not doing the same exact story, a la Lion King, and not like just kind of switching things up, like, but to the point where it's all very surface level.
Yeah,
like they did with Aladdin.
It's still a movie, but they're trying to make it more of a cinematic, live action, easily accessible to everybody. Mm-hmm. Just both the parents who can watch it as a film and kids who can enjoy it because it's a kind of a remake of a cartoon that they watched when they were younger. Yeah. So, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I'll give it a shot, maybe, but I didn't give Lion King a shot.
We didn't see Lion King either.
So.
No Time to Die. The trailer for that also dropped.
Yes, I don't like this trailer.
Really?
I hate it.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah. Did you not? Did you like it?
I didn't watch it.
Oh.
I have no skin in the game. As I've said before, the last and only James Bond film with Daniel Craig that I've seen is Casino Royale.
When it came out, like 2006?
Yes. No, like 3 years after that.
Oh, okay.
Quantum of Solace was out.
Is it because you're not a big fan of James Bond, or you just don't like...
James Bond has been a series that's always been like on the outside for me. Like I've always been like, I know I would enjoy that if I just like sat down and started watching them. But I haven't devoted the time yet.
Oh, for sure. But you have every Disney movie.
Correct. I have definitely devoted the time for that.
You're nuts.
I've also seen like 20 minutes of Skyfall.
And that's probably like the best one too.
I saw it in a film class, so it wasn't like I'm sitting down to watch Skyfall.
The trailer is very reflective on all the other Daniel Craig movies, and is supposed to be a culmination of every Daniel Craig movie. Like this, every single one of his James Bond films are directly tied to each other, and this just the way that they showed the trailer and the way it was edited, like it was super long, showed like every action set piece in this first trailer. It just seems kind of like leave something for the movie, Yeah. I felt like I saw every cool action set piece.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not, I didn't like the trailer, but I'm still excited and I want to see it when it comes out. I think is it April? Do you have the date for it?
No.
Oh, no, you weren't prepared.
No time. There's no time.
There's no time to die. I can't die right now.
That's a great title.
Oh, it's a James Bond title for sure. It's the best one. I got no time to die.
April 8th.
April. Man, I think about all the video games and movies coming out in the first couple of months this year. I'm going to be very busy. Yeah, for sure. I'm going to have no money.
Yeah. We also saw the trailer for Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes, this was the best trailer out of all of them. When you put Blue Monday in a trailer,
it was very good. Can I ask a question?
Sure. I can tell where this is going.
You saw the first one, right?
Yeah,
I did.
Oh, okay.
So, is the CG about the same?
How so? How do you mean?
Like so in the trailer, there's a scene of her like lassoing and like whipping across the lightning.
Yeah,
which is really cool. But the quality just seems like a little off.
It's because it's all green screen, including her, probably. It's all CG.
Right.
I think that outside of... there were definitely some scenes in Wonder Woman 1 that were kind of like that, but overall, like, the film was really well directed.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it's great. one day I'll get around to watching it.
It's good. It's just a 2-hour commitment, you know? It's not The Irishman, which I will say indefinitely.
I don't have it on here, but did you see the numbers that apparently drew over the first week?
I saw that there was a lot of people that watched it, but like only 10% finished it.
No, it wasn't that low. It was, I believe it was like 20.1 million in the first week watched it.
Yeah.
But only 70% finished it.
70%?
Yeah.
I thought it was a lot lower. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I got literally halfway through the movie, and I'm like, I wasted 2 hours of my life because nothing is happening. It's very much Goodfellas and not The Departed.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The pacing is very slow, but it's about the life of, you know, a hitman. You think that more would be happening. There's a very early scene where before he's like recruited by Joe Pesci, and he pulls this store owner out because he apparently, like, the store owner had put his hands on Robert De Niro's daughter. So he pulls him out and then just starts curb stomping his arm, and it's very bad. It's just the way that it was like filmed.
Bad quality?
Yeah, well, because you could tell that the entire environment and the set was like mostly CG.
Okay.
Except for like maybe the front part of the storefront. And it's just, the de-aging too, it just wasn't that dramatic as much as people were blowing it up to be.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why is Robert De Niro, supposedly his character is like 25 to 30 years old, but he's walking like he's 70 to 80 years old. Because, you know, he is in that age range. And it's very distracting. The de-aging for the characters, it looked okay, but it was just the way that the actors normally walk and normally talk. They act and sound like how they do in real life without the de-aging. So it was just, and the story was kind of just bleh. It was flash forward, flashback, 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 flash forward.
Right.
So it was just like, what decade am I in right now?
I haven't even fired it up.
It's not.
But Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Wonder Woman.
Looks good.
It looks really good. Like I said, Blue Monday is always a great song too, and it's an epic version of it, especially when she's riding the lightning.
Yeah.
I like how you haven't watched the first movie.
I have not.
Can I spoil something about the first movie? Are you going to watch it soon?
Casey, can Nick spoil something about the first Wonder Woman?
Oh.
Okay. Well, I almost forgot the actor's name. I don't want to spoil it because you might watch it after talking about it on the show today. Do you plan on watching it anytime soon? Like,
I always have a plan to watch it.
Okay, then I won't spoil it. I'm sorry, I won't. But there's a character that shouldn't be showing up in this movie, and they kind of spoil it in the trailer for this.
Gotcha. Okay. Moving on. Ghostbusters Afterlife also had a trailer.
This was my favorite trailer out of all of these.
This is a good trailer.
It's a classic trailer.
Yeah.
It shows all of it. It gives you all the ennui, all the what's the other one? Feng shui, je ne sais quoi, all the foreign words. It gives you all the feelings of an older movie. The way that it's edited gives you a little bit of the theme song, kind of theme music. They give you references to the previous franchise. They're like, hey, this is definitely a sequel to the original two.
Yeah.
And I like the look of it.
Yeah, it looks good. Paul Rudd is always great. So.
Finn Wolfhard is a very distracting choice to me, though. Like, I know why.
Because you just keep thinking Stranger Things?
Everyone is thinking Stranger Things. When people were reviewing this trailer, they're like, this is just Stranger Things, but Ghostbusters. I'm like, it's not.
But, I mean, you can say the same thing for it.
Yeah.
Like, kids with an 80s aesthetic, it's not...
It's just...
It's not like a...
Hollywood...
Super original thing.
Hollywood found this is an 80s kid.
Yeah.
In Finn Wolfhard. And I feel like if they... And the sister to his character, which I think is going to center around her, feels way more organic because I haven't seen her in 3 seasons of a Netflix show.
Right.
So it's just...
I mean, is that fair for him, though? That's like saying you're too good in the thing you're
I'm not saying that. And I think he's going to do really well in Ghostbusters, but I think it's just going to be distracting because I associate literally his face with the character in Stranger Things. And it, to be honest. Yeah. Because even though they put Coke bottle glasses on the character, he still... is playing his character to an extent.
So you're saying he has the Daniel Radcliffe conundrum?
As of right now, yes. Even though these movies aren't even correlated with each other with his TV show. It's like he needs to try something way out of left field,
right?
Not necessarily an 80s, and I know this is set in present day, but 80s aesthetic sci-fi adventure kind of film. Maybe do a romantic. I know he's still a kid, but like do a romantic drama or do a I don't know. I almost said horror movie. Damn it! But do something different. I know, just like to kind of associate you with someone else.
I don't know. If I was his age and fucking making the bank he is,
he doesn't care.
He could just keep doing whatever the fuck
he doesn't care,
doing.
but like there are going to be people who come up to him and like, you were this, and this is going to be 10 years later. They're going to be like, you were in Stranger Things.
Well,
like,
yeah, but I mean,
I do other stuff
the
now.
same thing happened to Neil Patrick Harris, and it took him 15 years or whatever.
It was Harold and Kumar that broke him out.
Yeah,
and How I Met Your Mother. But I was going to say the same thing about Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah,
and we'll bring him up later, but. Like, he literally had to leave. And same thing with a lot of the people in Harry Potter. They kind of just stepped out of the limelight to do something different.
But...
Fucking Daniel Radcliffe, you brought him up. He got naked with a horse. And that's... They're
that's
not Harry Potter.
That's his claim to fame outside of Harry Potter.
Equus, yeah.
But, I mean, you don't say the same
or
thing
a farting
about
corpse.
Watson. Right? It's just...
Well, she's doing kind of more philanthropic work, and so that definitely got her.
Yeah, but now she's been in so many other things that it's like, that's just Emma Watson.
All the movies that she's been in outside of Harry Potter have been unmemorable to me, though.
I don't know about that, but
well,
I guess that's your opinion.
That's fine. She's going to be in Little Women. Maybe she's going to be the best character of that movie.
Percy being a Wallflower, she was great.
Oh, I forgot about Percy being a Wallflower. But you know who was the breakout star of that movie? Ezra Miller.
Yeah. Was that him?
Yeah, that was him.
The main character?
Not the main character, the gay best friend.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
But he was definitely the character that people were talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Moving on. We're done with trailers.
Oh, okay,
so,
cool.
We can actually
I'm excited
talk about
for
something
almost all of those movies. So.
Yeah, they all look good. Wes Ball, who is best known...
The Maze Runner?
Quote, unquote. Yes, for the Maze Runner trilogy, is supposedly developing a new Planet of the Apes installment.
I don't want it.
Why? You don't want it from him specifically, or just this in general?
I just don't want this in general. You're Spider-Maning yourself, in that you're rebooting a franchise that literally just ended a couple of years prior. Do you get what I mean?
They haven't said whether or not it's a reboot.
No, but we don't need more Planet of the Apes. We were okay with the trilogy that we got, or I was. I actually personally liked the movie.
I didn't see anything past Rise. Was that the first one?
Rise is the first one, and then War. No,
Rise, War. No, War's.
War's the last one.
What's the other one?
Dawn.
It
was Rise, Dawn.
Wait, is it Dawn or Rise?
It's Rise, Dawn,
the dumbest
War.
naming convention.
But I mean, it's better than Beyond the Planet of the Apes, in which case they don't ever go beyond the Planet of the Apes.
Underneath the Planet of the Apes.
It's not a great movie naming system, but that's what they came up with, so that's what they stuck with.
I don't know.
I thought they were really good, personally, but we don't need more. You can wait a little bit longer. We went from Mark Wahlberg to doing James Franco. That's as good as we can get.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't think I feel as strongly about this as you do. Just because I feel like it's inherent at this point. Like, it's just part of the system. Like, there's always going to be, if you're pulling in enough bank with a franchise, a studio is going to say, especially Disney, now that they've acquired it,
20th Century Fox.
This would be the first one underneath their banner. They're a franchise studio. They're going to keep doing it alongside of all their original animation stuff.
It just seems like a weird franchise to focus on right now. Considering these movies have just come out. I know Disney, like what you're saying, Disney is trying to capitalize on that, but I feel like the reboot trilogy itself wasn't super successful.
War was 2017. I mean, it had diminishing returns, as most series do.
On its third entry.
Yeah. It's always going to be on a decline.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a Marvel one where you have 23 movies and it's all like fucking all over the place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Harry Potter is a good example too, where it's just kind of a roller coaster because there's so many. Mm-hmm.
It just seems extra to me.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that is not the most egregious use of the quote-unquote reboot on the docket. because apparently Jonathan Entwistle, who is the...
What kind of a name is that?
I think he's the director, not the showrunner, for End of the Fucking World.
Oh, yeah, on Netflix?
Okay. He is in negotiations to direct a Power Rangers reboot movie.
Oh.
And this is after the recent one with Elizabeth Banks.
Ugh. They could... Here's what they should be doing. They should be doing a live-action Ultraman.
Do you remember when Cloverfield was coming out?
Yeah.
And... like, nobody knew what it was, so everybody was, of course, like, speculating on what it could be, and there was Godzilla, there was Voltron.
Yeah.
Voltron went a ways. Like, people were thinking that until, like, right before they...
And then we got Pacific Rim after that a couple years later.
Which is basically, Voltron. Just without all the puzzle pieces.
Oh, without all the
But Ultraman
toys.
was also rumored to be, like, Cloverfield was also rumored to be an Ultraman movie. Yeah, I'd be super down with
Ultraman or
a Jet Jaguar movie.
Who is Jet Jaguar?
He's from Godzilla. He has the power to shrink and enlarge.
Is he a kaiju or is this a guy?
He is a man in a suit.
Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
I'm legally changing my name to Jet Jaguar now.
Yeah. Dude, you should look it up. It's great. It's part of that era of Godzilla where it's all hokey and
so all
stupid.
of them. It's all of them.
It's not all of them.
Whatever.
The ridiculous part of the Showa era, I believe.
Sure.
Yeah. I want that movie. Anything to talk about Godzilla? Venom producer Matt Tomalik.
You're having a rough day with names.
I always have a rough day with names. It's just expected at this point.
Zach Smithy?
Matt Tomalik, I gotta be saying that wrong.
Tamale.
Says the sequel for Venom may be rated R after Joker's success.
It should already
the
have
first
been
one
rated
should
R.
have been rated R.
Yeah, he was biting heads off of people, and I assume he's going to do it again in this movie. Carnage will.
I have yet to see the first Venom, but I hope we still get some genius that it was the like a turd rolling in the wind line.
Oh, there definitely will be. Like a turd in the wind. I totally forgot about that line. Oh, I hate that movie. I hate it and I love it at the same time.
Oh, boy.
It's so, and the fact that they're trying so hard to, I mean, are they still trying so hard to tie it in kind of to the Marvel?
No.
Sony is still doing
They
their
have
thing?
insinuated that at some point down the line that Tom Hardy and Tom Holland would be in a movie together.
Yeah.
As their respective villains / hero. But it's not being tied into the MCU.
So
this is why there's confusion about Spider-Man is because I forget who it is from Sony. Amy Pascal?
Yeah.
Is that her name?
Yep.
She has gone on record in saying that essentially there's going to be two universes with the same Spider-Man. So Tom Holland will be over in the MCU, but then also they're working on incorporating him into their Sony-verse.
It's Amazing Spider-Man all over again. And they've had, and that was 2012, 2014, I think were the two Amazing Spider-Man movies.
2012, I believe, was the first one.
I can't remember when the second one came out. A couple of years later, I think. And they're trying so hard to build up to the Sinister Six because they're making a Sinister Six movie.
Boy, that went places.
The Secret Agent Aunt May movie that they were going to do. Just a lot of you guys are focusing all on the wrong thing. Like the only reason why all these
are you
characters
telling me you are not excited for the Morbius movie?
I'm not excited for the Morbius movie for many reasons.
He's the living vampire,
played by 2016 Suicide Squad's Jared Leto,
who has been on a tear lately, bitching about Joker. Have you seen all that?
Yeah, I have. He won't shut up.
How he had demanded his agents call the studio and try to get them to shut down Joker.
This is the same. This is in the same wheelhouse of them demanding the Snyder Cut.
Yeah,
just the internet and people in general being angry at the wrong thing. Like, just focus on your career and move on. You won an Academy Award for Dallas Buyers Club.
I mean, you sent that, and you sent people dead birds and rats, and you didn't go to jail. That's a win, my man. Like,
they literally put it under method acting and just fucking moved on. Like they should have. Like you should have. I don't know, Jared Leto. Just relax. Relax, Leto.
Leto up.
Leto. That's lame.
Disney Plus is apparently developing a Aladdin spinoff with this character who I struggle to even remember from the movie, named Prince Anders.
He was a
supposedly
stereotype.
He was a bumbling buffoon.
Yeah,
Prince character. I don't remember. He was in the. I think he was in the movie for like 10 minutes.
Yeah, he was like a quote unquote love interest for Jasmine that the Sultan was trying to set her up with.
He was the guy that was supposed to be in the original, where he's like approaching the palace at the beginning, and he's like, "Get out of my way, you children! I hate children."
Well, they do that in the Aladdin movie, don't they? With a different character.
Yeah,
but they like split this one-line character from the animated movie into two characters and try to. No, stop! Don't. Why are you trying to develop? No, one. He's the one white character in that whole movie, and you're really going to make a whole series about that?
I'm curious about what they think the draw on this is.
Because he was kind of funny, like he got like maybe a couple of laughs from his lines.
I guess,
but you don't even remember him.
I don't remember him in the movie. I saw this story and I was like, who?
I do, because he was very distracting. He was like a Danish prince, basically.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even like Aladdin that much. This movie doesn't. Ugh. You guys are focusing on the wrong thing. Make a Genie TV series. You know how fucking fun that would be?
So, would you say the right thing then would be to make a Star Wars centric game show?
No. Is that the next news story?
Disney Plus is developing a Star Wars centric game show where young children will be challenged to become Jedis. It's a Jedi Temple challenge, I think.
So it's like Legend of the Hidden Temple.
It sounds like Legend of the Hidden Temple, but you...
Okay, I'm actually kind of into that. That might be kind of cool.
Star Wars Jedi Temple Challenge. Upcoming game show aimed at transforming young Padawans into full-fledged Jedi Knights.
Oh, that sounds creepy. Let's challenge these young children, huh? Let's make them Jedi Knights. Why not?
They will be tested in the core Jedi principles of strength, knowledge, and bravery.
You know, the marketing people... They're focusing way too hard on trying to sound cool and Star Warsy instead of just giving us the details that we want.
It goes on.
Oh.
The various challenges will test a Padawan's connection to the Force in 3 locations: a forest planet, on board a Jedi Star Cruiser, and inside a Jedi Temple, immersing them and the audience in a fun, humorous, and exciting competition.
The audience are going to see the clap now sign. They're not totally immersed.
I forgot about this until I just now read it. Here's the best part. Do you know who's hosting this? Well, I guess you
Hayden
wouldn't.
Christensen.
No. Even better.
James Earl Jones.
No. Even better.
The guy who played Jar Jar Binks.
It's the guy who played Jar Jar Binks.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar.
Who played the motion capture and the voice, right?
He will be mentoring and guiding the young contestants through the competition.
Misa think this is a bad idea.
And he's joined by Mary Holland. Do you know?
I don't know who that is.
She's apparently in Veep. Did you watch that?
I did not. That's actually a show I've been meaning to watch for a long, long time.
She will be playing a, quote, this is quote,
okay,
hilarious humanoid droid companion.
Lovely. So they're going to do live action CGI characters in this game show?
Or, yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Unless it's going to be like actual live action, like she's wearing a suit.
I was thinking that it was going to be like a prop.
Okay. Well, yeah, maybe. And just, yeah. That makes sense. Like, I forgot the name of the talking head in Legend of the Hidden Temple, but that's probably
Otep.
Otep.
No, that's not right.
No.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, it's Otep. Hold on, let me make sure.
Look at Legend of the Hidden Temple talking thing. Otep. But I think she's going to be the version of that, maybe.
Olmec.
See, it's still pretty close, though. I think you're thinking of The Mummy.
Maybe.
You mean
That
Hotep.
might be.
And then Hotep. Which, for some reason, I remember the mummy's name from the mummy, but...
Monsonamun? Is that... What was it? That was
Anaxinamun.
Anaxinamun.
Yeah.
Boy, you're up on your Brendan Fraser trivia.
Dude, I love Brendan Fraser movies, all right? Looney Tunes back in action.
Bedazzled,
Get me back in that action.
Bedazzled,
I love Bedazzled.
Monkey Bone?
I've only watched like the first 10 minutes of that. It was a rated R Brendan Fraser movie. I was still too young for that, but The Mummy was okay, apparently. Is that all the news you got for me?
No, it's not. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. So you have that to look forward to.
Yay.
The Jedi Temple.
Well, now I want Brendan Fraser in this fucking show.
On to some somber news. Will Poulter has dropped out of Amazon's Lord of the Rings series due to scheduling conflicts.
What is he so busy with? This is Eyebrows Kid.
Other stuff. Shameless.
Bandersnatch 2.
No, not. Is that Shameless?
That's Will Poulter.
Well.
He was in We're the Millers.
Yes, that's correct.
Eyebrows Kid.
I'm thinking of someone else from Shameless. I think. I don't know.
Or are you thinking of the newswoman Ann Coulter?
No. I'm definitely not thinking of her.
Oh.
Yeah. He's not going to be in that.
That's okay. They have probably the entire cast. I thought they were already like in pre-production right now.
They are. Yeah.
They are?
And it's also already been greenlit for a second season.
Okay. We don't even know how long the first season is.
Yeah. Disney has become the first studio in history to surpass $10 billion worldwide in a single calendar year.
Well, that makes sense because they own
everything.
Well, they own like half of Hollywood, so
yeah.
And the year isn't even over yet because Star Wars is yet to come out.
On the flip side of money making, Playmobil. I don't know if you saw this.
Oh, the movie.
The movie Playmobil has become one of the worst domestic openings of all time, with only $670,000.
You know why?
On over 2,000 screens.
There was no fucking marketing for this, other than for trailers in front of other.
Yeah. I mean, there was a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty sparse. And
I saw no commercials on TV for it, and the movie looked terrible. It's
it
emoji movie level.
Yeah.
But it won't even make as much money as that movie.
This went into production immediately after the Lego movie was very successful.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we're not getting a Playmobil movie 2 anytime soon. It actually stars Harry Potter. Daniel Radcliffe plays the main character.
It does, yes.
Secret agent.
You know we're living in the best timeline when there's going to be an Emoji movie 2.
Is there?
Oh, yeah. Because everybody went and saw it based on how shitty it was supposed to be. Because, haha, it's supposed to be really shitty. And Patrick Stewart is literal shit in that movie. And that's not a crock at his acting ability, because Patrick Stewart is great.
He's amazing.
He literally plays the
shit
poop
emoji.
Yeah.
I can't believe
so. Because so many people went to see the crappy movie.
So it's your fault.
Yeah. Everybody who went and saw that, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for this
or bought it on SVOD or...
Yeah. We have some release dates announced.
Okay.
So on the DC side of things, Flash, the movie, which has been in pre-production hell for a long time.
Yeah, long time.
Has been set for July 1st of 2022.
I don't care. That's too far in the future.
Well, then you won't care about the other one because it's just like a couple months before. Shazam 2 is set for April 2022.
This is insane to me. All of these release dates for movies that people are not even talking about anymore. Like, did you know Shazam came out this year?
Yeah, not until you just mentioned it. It felt like last year.
No, this year.
Yeah.
So is Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that tracks.
Yeah.
That one's easy to remember because I always just remember that Endgame came out this year, and then Captain Marvel came out like a month before.
And Shazam came out 2 months before Captain Marvel. Yeah. So,
oof.
Yeah, woof.
Additionally, the internet has dubbed May 21st, 2021 as Keanu Day.
Yeah, for 2 reasons.
Yeah, Matrix 4 will be dropping. And John Wick Chapter 4 will be dropping on the same day.
I know that it's definitely going to change. That's obviously going to change.
I don't know. Maybe.
Well, I mean,
if one thing's going to change, it's going to be Matrix, right?
Yeah.
Like John Wick has, I think, stuck to its release dates pretty.
If anything, I think it might come out before because it requires a lot less post production due to it being a lot of. I
mean, like movies don't just come out when they're done. It's based off the studio saying, "Okay, this is our production schedule
window," and yeah. But I'm saying if it's able to be moved because it will be finished early due to a shorter post production, then the studio can move it if they have a space open, like a movie, flops or whatever, and they take it out. But I'm excited for both of those movies.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they do with the Matrix for sure. And then one of these days, I will get around to watching John Wick Chapter 3.
Dude, we're gonna watch all three of them back to back. You're gonna have so much testosterone flowing through you. You're gonna be like, man, my balls are way too heavy for this chair.
Okay.
For the. What's the next news?
Jack Black has come out and said that Jumanji 2 will likely be his last film. So he will be retiring to spend time with his family.
Good for him.
Unless something crazy comes along. Like he said, obviously, if Tarantino... let me pull up the quote here.
Was he ever in a Tarantino movie?
No, he was. But that's what he was saying. Yeah. If Tarantino comes to me and is like, "Hey, I want you to be in this," so like, of course you're gonna fucking say yes. Yeah. Like, there's just certain people that you'll say yes to, regardless.
Martin Scorsese.
This was with an interview with Balance. Revealed that his part in the Jumanji reboot sequel may be one of his last roles.
I think it's a good reason. I think that's probably the best reason somebody can retire for.
He says, maybe one more movie. I'm kind of enjoying the idea of early retirement. I've been saying for a long time that this is the last movie. We'll see. I can't really say what my next thing is because it's too early. It's a jinxer. I've got a couple of tricks up my sleeve, but not too many. I'm looking to wrap it up pretty soon. Ride off into the sunset.
Still doing YouTube, though.
He wants to start. Yeah, he is doing YouTube, which it doesn't mention here, which I found odd because he's like a big streamer right now.
Yeah.
He's going to step away and spend time with his family. He goes on to say, like, if he could find something local jobs for TV or whatever, he might, show up on set, do a 9 to 5, and then, go back home. But it's like the traveling thing that gets a little hard for him.
Yeah.
And that he's not like a big long-term planner. And if something comes up, obviously if Quentin Tarantino comes knocking, I'm going to do that movie. Maybe I'm going to pull a Tarantino and say, guys, I've done 99 movies and I'm going to do one more. Going to go out on top.
Well, when they greenlit the Jackal 2 and they bring back your very dead character.
I want Shallow Hal too.
Ugh. Yeah, and bring back what's his name? George Costanza.
Jason Alexander.
Jason Alexander. Bring back him and his fucking bony tail.
Yeah,
it's gross.
That's so weird.
But I don't think they would want.
It's a weird movie.
It's a weird movie. I mean, Gwyneth Paltrow being like the only normal character in that movie, and how she is now, like her and her goop. Anyway.
And then we're going to round out the news, the last bits. Some prestigious nominations were announced.
Ooh, okay.
Leading up to, first, the 77th Golden Globe nominations. Those were announced.
Any surprises in there?
I will pull up a list for you right now. I'm not going to go through it all. You can look these up. But I figured, just real quick, motion picture drama, there's 1917, The Irishman, Joker, Marriage Story, which we were just talking about. That's a Netflix movie.
Nice. So it's nominated for Best Picture? Is this the first Netflix movie to be? Not counting The Irishman?
They're alongside each other. Yeah. I don't know if it's the first. I feel like there was another one that...
Yeah, we could look that up.
Two Popes is also part of that. Musical comedy is Dolomite Is My Name.
Nice.
Jojo Rabbit, Knives Out, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Rocket Man.
I hate that musical and comedy are the same one. When are they going to change that?
Yeah. I'm going to skip over
The Martian won that one year.
The best actors and actresses. There was one that I found. I think that might be the other one. Hold on. Oh yeah, best director. Bong Joon-ho was nominated for Parasite. Sam Mendes for 1917. Todd Phillips for Joker. Martin Scorsese for The Irishman, and Quentin Tarantino for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So we've talked about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and we've talked about The Irishman. These two very prestige directors that I've loved their films since I was a kid.
Yeah,
I feel have just both kind of with these two entries. I feel like they don't really deserve to be nominated. Not when there's plenty of other independent films and just other films in general that I would much rather put in these categories.
I can't say anything for The Irishman. I can say that I understand why Tarantino was nominated for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Real life event?
No, just because in terms of like composition and that kind of thing. Like, technically, it's a very well-made movie.
Yeah.
It's just, I feel, as we discussed before, it's bloated.
Yeah.
So as a narrative, it's not the best. But as a movie, you know, and as being nominated for director, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of craft went into it. I understand that.
I don't know. There are Olivia Wilde directed Booksmart this year, and is just a huge success of a film. Not only as a directorial debut, but as looking at the success and the overall public opinion of that movie. It just feels like she kind of got left out high and dry.
Yeah. That's probably Rami Malek was
For
Malik.
Rami Malek. It's
Yeah.
Rami Malek.
He was nominated for Best Performance by an Actor in Television Series.
For Mr. Robot?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. For, well, I guess, would that be for season 4?
Probably season 4.
Yeah, because it already finished, and this will be, what, February next year?
Ooh, I hate when you ask me dates that I don't have.
I know they always do the awards for, the Academy Awards are usually in February. I think this might be this month. Golden Globes?
This IGN does not say.
Okay, of course, IGN. I don't even know why they do stuff like this.
I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, especially because I actually have another list of noms that was part of the docket, but you can look that up, and yeah, well, I guess we'll see who wins. I was happy to see Bong Joon-ho on there.
Yeah, me too. I think that's definitely the underdog. Was it nominated for Best Picture?
It was director, and I don't think it was nominated for Best Picture.
Honestly, that's a snub in and of itself. Yeah. But I'm just glad that he's nominated for Best Director. Yeah.
Now, on the other side, the 26th Screen Actors Guild nominations came out.
Oh, okay.
And that actually includes a nomination for Best Ensemble Cast, I think.
For
Parasite.
Parasite? That's fantastic.
Let me see.
Song Kang Ho needs a SAG. You know what I mean?
And again, I'm not going to go through the whole list here. But just a couple to pick out.
Well, the Screen Actors Guild, much like the Golden Globes, is a good indicator of what will be nominated for the
Oscars. Yeah, exactly.
So, it's still news. We're a movie podcast. Damn it.
Outstanding performance by a cast in a motion picture includes Bombshell, The Irishman, Jojo Rabbit, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and Parasite.
That's a tough contention.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think everybody in both Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and Parasite did really, really well.
A lot of noms for the SAG Awards for The Morning Show, which was the Jennifer Aniston, Steve Carell, Apple Plus show.
Yeah.
The Crown is in there quite a bit as well.
Oh, good for her.
Outstanding performance by a male actor in a comedy series. Bill Hader for Barry is on there.
Yes.
As well as Alan Arkin and Michael Douglas, both for the Kominsky Method.
I heard that was good.
Yeah. A lot of things in the pipeline in terms of award season. Outstanding performance by an ensemble in a drama series. Big Ol' Lies, The Crown, Game of Thrones, The Handmaid's Tale, and Stranger Things.
And there's definitely I know that it kind of made some headlines, but there were nominations for Golden Globes for Game of Thrones as well.
Yes,
I think Kit Harington got nominated.
He did get nominated for,
even though he had like 6 lines in the whole
best
season.
Actor in a drama series.
Yeah,
because he was alongside Rami Malek. So
honestly, Rami Malek deserves it way more than he does, and Peter Dinklage should have been nominated instead of him.
Yeah, well, he said "my queen"
a bunch. My queen.
And yeah, that's it for the news.
That's it for the news. All right. Well, that was hefty, but we
did spend like 40 minutes on trailers.
We did, but now that we're doing the 2-week kind of break, it's gonna float up there a little bit.
Yeah.
So before we get into our main topic, I have a special guest for us.
Oh no!
Yes. Come on in. Oh, hello!
No.
Yes, I'm back. Oh.
This is my house. What are you doing here?
Well, I was in the trunk of Nick's car.
So you've come out from hiding in his closet.
Yes, I've come out of the closet. And now I'm in his trunk. He moved. So I feel a bit cramped where we are now. But
and you feel like the trunk is the best place for you.
Well, I'm used to small spaces. So I thought the trunk, I can have the room.
Do you have an air hole in there?
Yeah, I poked a little hole. You poked a little hole? I poked a little hole. So I'm back. So obviously, because it's Christmas time, we have to do a quiz. I thought we could do a quick 10 second quiz.
Man.
10-question quiz. I know what I'm doing. And we'll see how you do, Zach.
Okay.
We'll see how you do. We've got to do a really quick quiz because we got a lot to talk about. All right? So, the first question. Would you say you're very proficient in Christmas movie knowledge?
No.
Oh, well, this is going to be a wonderful quiz. So, the first question. What does George promise Mary in It's a Wonderful Life? Oh, it's a tough question.
I don't remember the last time I watched.
He says, what is it you want, Mary? What do you want? You want the moon? Just say the words and I'll throw a lasso around it and I'll pull it down. That's the moon, is the answer to your question.
Cool.
Yeah, so...
It's like Bruce Almighty.
Yes. They took it from that movie.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a reference to the movie.
I feel like Jim Carrey was there first.
It wasn't. No, It's a Wonderful Life came out way before. So, off to a rocky start. Let's do this. What is the name of the movie Kevin watches in Home Alone?
Jesus.
I'll give you a hint. It's got the word angels in the title.
Angels in the outfield.
Oh, it's very much not Angel in the outfield. It was a fake film that was made specifically for Home Alone. Angels with Filthy Souls.
Oh.
Yes. It was a very film noir movie that Kevin watches on the couch.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Nope.
Oh. Well, there was a...
I remember Keep Change, You Filthy Animals.
Yeah, it was from that movie. Angels with Filthy Souls. What does Buddy apologize for in his note when he runs away in Elf? What does he apologize for?
Sorry, it's something with the VCR.
What does he put in the VCR?
Sorry, I put peanut butter in the VCR.
No.
Damn it.
It is something sweet.
Marshmallows.
Is it strudel? It's not. It's 11 cookies in the VCR.
Yeah.
I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere. This is my suicide note. That is the quote. All right, next question.
This is good.
How many characters... You're doing well. You're doing very well. How many characters did Tom Hanks play in The Polar Express?
Every single one. It's a Nutty Professor type situation.
He actually plays... So... It's kind of a two... There's two answers to this.
Lying to me.
No, there's two answers. There's two obvious answers.
Fake quizmaster.
So some think he plays only one character and he's portrayed
The
multiple
conductor.
times. However, and the narrator, of course. However, he motion captures all of these characters, and that's the real question here.
Okay.
So, the correct answer is 6. He plays the hero boy's Faja, same thing.
Yeah.
The conductor, the hobo, the Ebenezer Scrooge puppet, the narrator, and of course Santa Claus himself. So that's the real answer.
Okay.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I am aware.
All right. Number 6. What Christmas movie villain is number 6 on the American Film Institute's list of top 100 movie villains? I can give you the first 5, and maybe that will help.
Yeah, give me.
The first one is Dr. Hannibal Lecter. The second one is Norman Bates. The third is Darth Vader. The fourth is the Wicked Witch of the West. And number 5 is Nurse Ratched. So what is number 6?
So, okay, I'm glad you went through this list because I was just thinking it was a list for Christmas movie villains.
No. All top 100 villains for a Christmas movie.
Sinbad and Jingle All the Way.
Wow. No.
Ebenezer Scrooge.
If anything, he is the deuteragonist. Number 6 is Mr. Potter in It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Not even as villainous, to be honest. He's kind of a dick, but not really a villain.
Yeah.
Up to number 6. Number 5. Or number... whatever.
Well, Nick, you just interrupted the quizmaster.
No. He's losing track of which question is which because it's going down the list, but going up in numbers.
Maybe if you gave him more oxygen and
Yeah,
didn't
give
keep
me
him
more
in a truck.
oxygen! Back off! Scheiße. What message does John McClane write on a dead henchman for Hans Gruber in Die Hard? Honestly, I agree with Nick. It's not a Christmas movie. I don't know why it's on this list.
You're wrong. Come and get it?
You really don't know what he wrote on the sweater?
No.
Oh, it's now I have a machine gun. Ho ho ho.
Oh,
Yeah. So wrong. You're not doing very well on this quiz.
I told you I was upfront about my Christmas movie.
I thought you would be a lot better at this. It's not even that hard. The song White Christmas first appeared in what Christmas movie?
Holiday Inn.
Okay, fine. You get that one.
Hey!
It was supposed to be a trick question.
Yeah, because you would think, oh, it's White Christmas.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Apparently
my Christmas movie knowledge stops at problematic Bing Crosby Christmas movies.
Oh, yes, because of the blackface. Oh, it's very bad. Which iconic actor's last film role was in the classic 1969 TV movie Frosty the Snowman?
Richard Attenborough.
No, he's very much still alive.
No, he's not.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
David Attenborough.
Yeah, he's alive.
He's alive. He's narrator for the nature.
John Hammond is not
Those
alive.
nature.
I wish he was still alive.
Is it John Hammond? Oh, John. Yes. They look very similar as well. Jimmy Durante, who plays the narrator as well.
Ah, yes. Yeah.
Jimmy Durante.
Yeah.
Everyone knows who that is.
I mean, I know it from the credits of Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Let's move on. I'm glad you're focusing on the correct Christmas movies. What are the names of the Griswold's neighbors in Christmas Vacation? If you give me the 2 first names, I will give this one to you.
I've seen this movie like once ever.
Well, there's a very, I think, a very quotable line from the movie. And it says the characters' names in those lines.
Hank and Janet.
No. Is Hank and Janet?
I don't know.
Is that Rocky Horror Picture Show?
Maybe.
Oh, come on! It's Todd and Margot Chester.
Ah.
Margot Chester being played by Julia Ann Dreyfus. Julia Ann?
Louise.
Julia Louise Dreyfus. I know. She's in Veep. Why is the carpet all wet, Todd? And Todd snaps back, I don't know, Margot. Anyway, that was the line that I remember.
So
it's very quotable.
I gathered it.
What is the name of the saber-tooth tiger sidekick to Turbo Man in Jingle All the Way?
Buster.
You are wrong. You are so wrong.
Shit.
The answer is Booster.
Dude.
Yeah, you were so wrong.
Because it's Turbo Man.
You've got 1 question out of 10.
I'm so glad I got that one.
Oh, this was so worth it. Well, that was all.
I feel like you've had a vendetta against me for a while.
Well, you need to be the best because I need to find a successor. I'm honestly 85 years old. I'm being kept in a trunk, and I don't know what I'm doing next.
Just leave.
I don't have anywhere to go.
There's got to be a house of Quizmasters.
Get back in my trunk. Oh no! Come
it's
on.
the Christmas season. Let him stay.
No. All right, we need to focus on getting on to the next part of our podcast. Goodbye.
Boy, you're a Grinch.
Fuck you.
Sorry, Quizmaster. I tried.
He's gone.
What, dead?
No. I need to keep him because he keeps all my stuff. He keeps all my stuff strained and everything. So we're doing fine.
And that marks the end of part 1 of our super long Christmas time podcast. We decided to record for about 3 hours and didn't know what to do with ourselves. So you've got part 1 now and part 2 hopefully a little bit sooner than you think. But this has been Lights, Camera, Nonsense, keeping you updated despite our best efforts. Tune in every 2 weeks for all the latest news, reviews, and how-do-you-dos. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time.